William Long, with a sign of the devil tattoo you can't miss, was standing in line and packing lunch when he became the suspect in the town of Dux first ever murder case.
When the incident occurred, the gentlemen were both making sandwiches for the day. It happened in a very quick moment.
Records show Long, a 53-year-old man with a lengthy criminal history and a 666 tattooed above his left eyebrow, had been released not long ago from prison. He has a trail of crimes in Dare County, but police say he'd only recently looked for help from an Outer Banks charity. Churches like Duck United Methodist take turns providing food and shelter to homeless people like Long. And sometimes, says First Sergeant Jeff Ackerman, the homeless have criminal records and mental health struggles.
I think in this case, that may have played a factor.
The victim, identified as George Provost, also had a criminal history. The two started arguing the church's sandwich line.
There was a drawer in the kitchen. It was labeled knives, and the suspect reached into that drawer, grabbed the knife, and obviously saw what happened.
Ackerman says the church where this happened is the centerpiece of the town, helping people often overlooked on the Outer Banks.
They were simply trying to help two gentlemen out that really had nowhere else to go. This tragedy doesn't just hit the church, it's hit our community very hard.
Brazen to come up on the Capitol grounds and run over a piece of our history of our state.
Governor Mary Fallin inspects the area where the crumbled monument used to stand. A man on a self-described mission from Satan says the devil told him to urinate on the Ten Commandments monument before smashing into it with his car. He then walked into the federal building, spit on a picture of Barack Obama, and made outlandish threats against the president. Governor Mary Fallin and Capitol officials were left cleaning up the mess.
Someone despises our nation's history.
State Representative Mike Reynolds says some people are determined to destroy sacred items.
It'll just point out the extremes that some people will go to deny our nation's heritage.
It could have been much worse.
This is alarming that anyone would get this close to the Capitol and would be able to knock down a historical monument just 10 feet away from the Capitol building itself.
Now the question being asked, if the car sat there for more than 12 hours on Capitol grounds, what else could security miss?
I've instructed our Capitol grounds Highway Patrol to do everything they can to make sure that the Capitol is secure, to get to the bottom of this, make recommendations, and make sure we're doing everything we can to protect our people's building, which is the state capitol.
It was only a matter of time before it came down. A lot of people saying they saw that coming.
I mean, they weren't going to allow that to stand up for that long.
While it lasted, it was a devilish view from SkyTrain. A red-hot statue completely nude and erect.
So that's what was up there.
Oh, I don't think I ever seen it.
Oh, yeah.
Erected ever so quietly on Clark Drive in Vancouver.
Just art, I suppose?
This is a total surprise. I don't know what this is about.
Neither do we. Those details are blurry. Whoever had the guts to put it up hasn't claimed credit. What's clear? It was too sinful for the city and disappeared just as quickly as it popped up.
We're horrified when a mark of the devil appeared on his chest. Sharon Lewis and Robbie Jones spotted the crosshair imprint as they got son Samuel ready for bed. The sinister sign is proving a devil to explain. The imprint has baffled his parents, teachers, and even the family's GP. Shocked Sharon, 37, of Market Drayton, Stropes, said yesterday it's a nightmare. Some people have said it's the symbol of Mammon, the sign of the devil's firstborn, which has been very upsetting. Just looking at it made me shake, thinking something unnatural had visited my boy. Something or someone made the sign on him, but we just can't explain how. So here's a picture of the boy and his mom, and here's a close-up of the mark supposedly that was put on his skin. Now, I'm not saying this article is 100% true, but these days, who knows, right? What is true? I mean, they use a lot of their numbers in here, like the 23 right there.
The men, they were not so lucky. They used axes to split their heads open and let them die in the square. And I asked myself, if God truly exists, how could he allow such terrible things? And then I think of all the things that happened in my life, and I realize that this is not the proof of the absence of God. This is the proof of his existence. Because man alone could not be capable of such magnificent evil. Now, I've spilled my guts. Your turn. Your turn. Your turn!